word that I liked. Somebody. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Colorful Kitchen. I'm your host, Nigel Robertson, chef, instructor, and last but not least, perfectionist. And I'm here to teach you, the everyday home chef, the basics of cooking. So, guys, it's summertime. You know what that means, barbecues and pool parties. But it also leaves you wondering, what do I bring this time? You already know Sally's going to bring her amazing, world-famous macaroni and cheese, and Dan is going to bring his baked beans. But have no fear, Captain Colorful is here with the simple but impressive recipe that is bound to just turn heads at any barbecue or pool party, okay? So, just like fried chicken and sweet tea, those are both Southern classics, just like fried green tomatoes. But I'm going to take pimento cheese and fried green tomatoes and combine them together to make, just an explosion in your mouth. Don't take that the wrong way, guys, okay? So before we get started, we're going to go over our ingredients. This recipe has different components to it, so we're going to build on to other things. So you'll have different parts for different parts of the recipe, basically. So for your fried green tomatoes, you're going to need cornmeal, an egg, and some flour, and then, of course, your tomatoes. And then for your pimento cheese, you're going to need cream cheese, shredded cheddar cheese, and I use red peppers, but you could use pimento peppers if you can find them. My local grocery store just does not have them, so you can just improvise there. And we also have some seasonings, garlic powder, because I love garlic powder. And then you have salt and pepper. And then this is our balsamic vinegar reduction that we're going to use as our, what's the thing called? As our garnish for our ending results, okay? So before we get started, we're just going to go ahead and make our pimento cheese. So I'm going to take my cream cheese, put it in a bowl. Guys, make sure you use softened cream cheese, room temperature cream cheese. Let me turn my oil down because it's a little spicy over here. So you just want to use cream cheese that's kind of sat out for a while and it's done got nice and room temperature. You don't want to use hard cream cheese because it's going to be hard to mix that up. And then you're going to take your shredded cheddar, not money, but your cheese, some shredded cheddar. And then you're going to take your peppers and put those in there also. And then set that to the side. We're going to get some salt, sprinkle that in there. Depending on what type of cheeses you use, you might want to be cautious of the amount of salt that you use. I'm going to use a little bit of garlic powder. Well, probably a lot because I like garlic powder. But again, the seasonings are completely up to you. And we're going to take some pepper, sprinkle that in there. Bam. And then now we're just going to mix that together. You can use like a hand mixer if you want a creamier consistency, but I kind of like everything to be nice and rustic. It makes it look like you put your heart into what you made, okay? So you're just going to mix that up until it's nice and combined. So y'all, it smells so good. And I like the cream cheese in this because it makes it, I like sweet flavors in my stuff, so I like the cream cheese, how it makes it nice and sweet or whatever. So now that we have our pimento cheese mixed, we're going to set that to the side. And now I'm going to put some gloves on because we're about to get ready to bread. Now, if you ever been in the kitchen while you're watching your grandma fry some chicken or, anything that she fried, she had a big bag. She had a really big bag of stuff, and she just shook it up. We're not going to do that. We're going to do this the nice and clean way. So we're going to take our cornmeal, and we're going to spread it evenly over a plate like so. And then we're going to take our egg and put that in the plate like that. We're going to take our flour. We're going to sprinkle her out too, just like that. So then we're going to take our tomatoes. Now, tomatoes have a lot of water in them. So you want to take some salt and sprinkle it on top because the salt is going to bring that moisture out. And then you might as well put a little pepper on there too. Season it. You can season every step of this. You can season the tomato. You can season the flour and the cornmeal if you want to. And the egg wash if you want to also. But I don't want all that seasoning, so I'm just going to bring it down. I'm trying to eat healthy too because this is a tomato all of a sudden. So after you get everything seasoned, you're going to start with your flour. You're going to, ooh, I made a mess. So we're just going to, dredge it in our flour like so. You want to get the corners because people tend to forget about the corners. That'd be the best part. That's the part you bite onto. Nice and crunchy. So we're going to take it and then put it in our egg wash. And then we're going to take it. Ooh, it's a lot of egg. We're going to, like that, put it inside of our cornmeal. You want to get that cornmeal all over this egg. I mean, this tomato, not the egg, y'all, not the egg. So there we go. And I like to keep one hand dry just so I can transfer it over to our grease. So after you get it nice and coated, you're going to take it, put it in a pan that has been preheated with, I just use plain vegetable oil. I would say about 350 degrees is how you want your oil, how hot you want it to be. You don't want it to be too hot because it'll burn quick. And you're just going to drop her in there like that. And then while that one's cooking, we're going to get our second one breaded. And you do the same process over and over and over and over again. So you're just going to sprinkle that, get it nice and coated, like so. Now you guys don't have to use cornmeal. You could use like panko breadcrumbs. You can use a mixture of both to get like different textures. Whatever, it's completely up to you at the end of the day. So we're just going to let those cook for about 3 to 4 minutes or until they are golden brown. And then after they are done, this is what your finished product should look like. This is what it should be. And then what you're going to do is take your balsamic vinegar reduction. And it's just balsamic vinegar and some sugar, and you just put it on the stove and just let it reduce down. You're going to take that and you're just going to drizzle it across like that. And then here are your fried green tomatoes with pimento cheese. Fried green tomatoes with pimento cheese and a balsamic vinegar reduction. Congratulations, you have now mastered this cooking basics. Remember to keep your kitchen colorful. And thank you for watching. I'm your host, Nigel Robertson.